is faith and love. It makes the heart rich, for it has been purged until it is pure. And the more it is tested, the more brilliant is its luster. The white raiment is purity of character. The white raiment. Is purity of character. All right. The righteousness of Christ imparted to the sinner. The eye salve is that wisdom and grace which enables us to discern between the evil and the good and to detect sin under any guise. So this is the view we must have of ourselves. Those of us who are in this Laodicean situation, this is how we are, and this is how we need to understand ourselves. But then she says something very intriguing. God has given his church eyes, which he requires them to anoint with wisdom, that they may see clearly. But many would put out the eyes of the church if they could. Thank you, that was very good. For they would not have their deeds come to the light. They don't want it to come to the light, lest they should be reproved. You will meet with those who will say, you are too much excited over this matter about Christ and the cross. You are too much in earnest. You should not be reaching for the righteousness of Christ. Yeah, it will be clearer as we go along. So he's saying, don't talk too much about Christ and righteousness. Christ and righteousness. And making so much of that. You should preach the law. Then she writes, as a people, we have preached the law until we are as dry as the hills of Gilboa, that had neither dew nor rain. What's it? Bra what trust adiam say nanu meka 1888 asem no kai. Ya mrantie bia no omni mpanyimfo na pray. Christ are righteous ho. Na mpanyimfo say, "Jai mu jai Yesu ne tire ne ho asem ka no. Mom yen kamra no ho asem. Memendafo no ne ayo." No so hwe. Yen ya preaching mra no ambrafo ya preaching mra no ama. Ya hoa ya what say? The Gilboa ensuo bi emu so. We are dry as the hills of Gilboa. Then she writes, we must preach Christ in the law. And there will be sap and nourishment in the preaching that will be as food to the famishing flock of God. We must not trust in our own merits at all.
But
in the merits of Jesus of Nazareth. Our eyes must be anointed with eye salve. We must draw nigh to God. And He will draw nigh to us. If we come in His own appointed way. So friends, the reason I am preaching Calvary is that it is God's own appointed way. There is no other way to be victorious in Christian living. Trust me, there is no other way than to appreciate the death of Christ, the power of resurrection, and the power of the blood of Calvary. But forgive me, this was all introduction. So now we want to talk about Calvary. Let us bow our heads. We thank you, Father. You have been victorious and you will ever be. Come again, Lord, and tabernacle with us here now as we go through this. We need your strength.